You got it. I'm sure you have plenty to say in this one. Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, matchup for Canton, Ohio, but no, they're down there in Florida. Packers and Bucks, lots of talent. Look at all the handsome, almost too much there. Packers nearly perfect in the first quarter, up 10-zip, and the second quarter was atrocious. Aaron Rodgers intercepted by Jamel D. Houses it, pick six. Only the third pick six of Rodgers' entire career. Tom has thrown 3 this season. He just doesn't do that. One of the other 2 down there in Tampa. Bucks, it's 10-7. We get right back. This one tipped, but Mike Edwards has it. Big return yardage again for that Tampa defense. They get him down inside the 5. Packers 2 turnovers in the game. The Bucks 0. One of the many crucial differences that shape the outcome of this game. The Bucks are going to win on the stat sheet and on the scoreboard. Very next play. I enjoy the 1-play, 2-yard drives. In he goes. And just like that, the Bucks flip it, and they're up 14-10. Now they've got it offensively. They're having to do this on their own. Defense didn't hand it to them. Brady, Chris Godwin for 6 yards. Rashawn Gary called for a face mask. You see there, that's a solid face mask. Full value for that penalty.
Stay away from
right
that
there.
face.
Packers, 6 penalties, 76 yards. Bucks were clean. No penalties. Only the second time in franchise history. Tommy hits Tyler Johnson. Brady at this point, he's dashing, he's debonair, and he scored 21 unanswered points to lead 21-10. Packers trying to get something before half. Levante David, he's just going to rough up number 12 there. Packers allow 5 sacks, Bucks 0. So they're the third team, no penalties, no turnovers, no sacks allowed since they started tracking all those 1960. Last team to do it, Colts 1999. And then Brady, Rob Gronkowski's been there. He says, I'm fine blocking. He's skilled as a receiver. First touchdown catch for him since 2018. Brady's 91st touchdown to Gronk. They pass Phillip Rivers, Antonio Gates, third all-time. They trail Manning and Harrison and Steve Young, Jerry Rice. So that's 91 between those two guys again. Third quarter, it's 31-10. Rodgers looking for Devontae Adams, who was back in the lineup for the first time in a couple of weeks, and it just didn't work. Yeah, you caught it. Yeah, we're out of bounds. Nothing good there. A-Rod, 16-35, 160 yards to 2 picks. Passer rating, 17.8. Why don't we just make it 38 and put everybody out of their misery? It is a rout. Jones in there for the touchdown. Tommy didn't have terrific numbers, but he won the game 38-10. Tim Hasselbeck is back, and tell me who that Aaron Rodgers was playing, because he didn't look like the 12 we've seen all season.
No, he didn't. Look, Jamel Dean makes a great play on the pick 6, and listen, I think it showed that Aaron Rodgers is human, because after that point, he just didn't look like the same guy. And I don't care how good you are. If you get off to a bad start and things don't go your way, it throw you off. A good example here. This is the very next drive where he's got Mercedes Lewis. He may score a touchdown if he hits him in stride, and he just misses him because the safety's rolling over the top. And then, the Levante David was too much in terms of his pass rush on the backs for Green Bay. That's Jamal Williams with no shot whatsoever. And then a similar situation here on the play action for Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones, a really good player, but again, no match for Levante David. And so then, Aaron kind of off to a little bit of a slow start, after, once you got into the second quarter. And then they had a hard time picking up Levante David adding on. And really, that ended up being a big difference in the football game.
Another difference is that Gronk scored a touchdown. We kind of make light because Gronk's fun and he's lovable and he hosts party cruises and stuff like that. But that's big if he turns into a weapon for Tom. What'd you see with him today?
Well, listen, it's really big if they get him involved, especially in the context of not having O.J. Howard because of the injury, season-ending injury. They lost him too. So there's such good chemistry with those guys. Gronk still has a great feel, and I do think we need to see him more in their offense for them to have the type of balance that they want.
All right, you're terrific. We're rolling. We're going to get Bucci involved here and Derrick Henry because he's going to make people black and blue in his game.
Yeah, this was a really fun game. Titans, Texans, all kinds of star power. We'll go right to the fourth quarter. Titans are down 23-21, trying to protect that undefeated record. Derrick Henry. Holy shnikes. 22 carries, 212 yards, 94 on this one. He joins Jim Brown, Barry Sanders, and LaDainian Tomlinson as the only players in NFL history with 3 career games with 200 rushing touchdowns and 2 rushing touchdowns. And 200 rushing yards, I should say, and 2 rushing touchdowns. Ensuing Texans possession. Deshaun Watson was a monster in this game. Watson, 28 of 37, 335, 4 touchdowns, no picks. His favorite target was Will Fuller, who had 6 catches in that touchdown. Ryan Tannehill, another great game for Tannehill. No, but not there. Intercepted by Bradley Roby. Mike Vrabel doesn't want turnovers. 4th and 1. 4:37 to go in the game. David Johnson has it. 19 carries, just 57 yards, but he keeps the drive alive here. We're up by 1, trying to milk the clock and trying to score at the same time. 4th and goal, we're going for it, and we score! Watson to Brandon Cooks, so it's a 7-point lead.
Kick it.
Kick the extra point, make an 8-point lead. But go for 2 and make it, and you basically have iced the game. Mike Vrabel says, wow, he's going to go for 2. So here it is. Put the game in the hands of your quarterback. Wide open over the middle, but it's tipped. Can't connect with a wide open Randall Cobb. Texans have life. Still going to go down the field and score, and then still got to kick an extra point, which isn't a gimme anymore. Here they come. Tannehill. Again, another big game. Jeremy McNichols, he's short in the first down. No timeouts left. Tannehill, 30 of 41, 364. Here they go. Run a play where if it doesn't work, the clock stops. So they throw it to the end zone, run the fade, back shoulder, perfect. Touchdown, A.J. Brown. It's good. You see, right foot down, and I guess just enough of that shin, that becomes a 2 feet situation, even though it's the same leg. All right, we go to overtime. Watch Deshaun Watson's reaction on losing the coin toss. No! No, if they go down and score a touchdown, the game is over. Tannehill. Henry. 2 catches, 52 yards. This was the big one. The other one was actually negative yardage. That one's 53. And then Henry, 3rd and goal here. Want to score a touchdown because the game ends. Direct snap. You see Tannehill was out wide left. And in the end zone, Derrick Henry goes. What a game. What a player. 22 rushes, 212 yards. The 94-yard run. Watson and Houston goes to 1-5. Tennessee goes to 5-0. The big controversy, kick the extra point or go for 2. Romeo went for 2, and did you know, since the NFL added the 2-point conversion in 1994, no team has gone for 2. Went up by 7 in the final 2 minutes of the 4th quarter. In fact, no one's ever gone for the kill right there.
No.
Until Romeo did it on Saturday. Oh, Romeo! Oh, Romeo!
Well, I wanted to go ahead and get the 2 points. And felt like that would kind of put it out of reach for them. And if we had gotten it, we'd have been in much better shape.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. I mean, regardless of how I play, it's all about the W. It's all about winning. Yeah, it could have been, the possession to put them away for good. But, we still had the opportunities, and we just didn't capitalize as a whole team.
Oh, Tim, I am so glad to have you back now. This doesn't require a lot of number crunching. Do you go for 2 or not? Where are you on this? Because this was some considerable debate in the newsroom, but I mean, like, only for 8 hours. But where are you on this?
I don't think there's much to debate. You just read the stat. There's a reason for it at that point. Listen, kicking the extra point essentially assures that you can't lose the game in regulation. And so where I stand with it is I would be probably as upset about the decision as Rich Gannon was calling the game, because it made no sense. I mean, the reality is that you're facing a team, when you think about it as well, that lost their left tackle, that lost their tight end, that's playing without one of their best receivers. You had a sack fumble on the quarterback in a previous drive. I understand that people are really getting into the analytics now, and I'm certainly not trying to poo-poo them. But the reality is that and the way that football game was going, I think kicking the extra point was clearly the right decision, and I think it ended up playing out that way.
I'm simply going to say here, Tim, that great minds think alike. Tell me about the 2-minute drive that Tannehill engineered there, because that really, as Butchie mentioned, conversion, PAT, 2-point conversion, you still have to go down and score, and they went down and they scored.
Yeah, and it was really impressive because there were so many players doing the little things right. And I think Mike Vrabel and Arthur Smith, the offensive coordinator, deserve a ton of credit, because when you look at what happened, they didn't make mistakes. To start the drive, you think about this. You have 1 timeout left and you're down. So you cannot take a sack inside 2 minutes. Ryan Tannehill on first down doesn't like it, but he does the right thing by throwing this football away. It stops the clock. Then on 2nd and 5, Khalif Raymond, who's in the game because Corey Davis is out, catches this football. Look at what he knows what to do. He runs it into the official. Officials are bad athletes. You can't throw them the football. You need to go hand it to them and then get back outside to run another play. Don't waste any time. Then after this completion to McNichols, he, is short of the first down. They probably are thinking they want to clock it here as they gather around the ball. But then they realize you're going to have this play and one other. So a spike in one other or a goal line fade in one other. They quickly get to it. You have a second-year player have the awareness. It's a great throw. It's an outstanding catch. And really, when you look at that operation, it was phenomenal. Basically flawless when they were put in situations where things could have really, ended the football game for them. So, when you wonder why, the Titans, are they running the football? Sure they are. Are they playing good defense? Yeah, fine. But they're an undefeated football team because of the little details in critical moments like that.
I want to do a quick follow-up here. They talk about how the running back position has been devalued a little. Can you devalue Derrick Henry? That dude is a monster.
Well, when you're on 3rd and 5 in overtime, when you take your quarterback, from being behind center and direct snap it to him, shows you how they feel about him, how the team kind of rallies around his tough physical nature. And so, no, you can't. Now, in terms of being devalued at the position, there aren't many guys that look like defensive ends but run like running backs. And so I don't think you're devaluing Derrick Henry.
All right. Hey, we've burned a bunch of breaks, so we hope you've got a little extra time. We're going to check in on the Steelers and the Browns and come back.